What is up, guys? Chef Q here. Welcome to another episode of Chef Q's travel recipe. Today I am going to show you how to make Súp Măng Tây Cua, which is a Vietnamese crab and asparagus soup. But this time Chef Q is going to kick it up a notch. We're going to add lobsters and cherry stone clam. This is going to be awesome. Well, let's get cooking. So here are the list of ingredients. If you guys are using clams, make sure to soak them in cold water overnight with some garlic and chopped chili. This will make the clams spit out any sand inside them. For the stock, you can use 5 to 6 cans of chicken stock soup base with equal amount of water, or you can make the stock from scratch like I did. For a 25 quart pot, you can use 3 or 4 pounds of chicken bones, 2 tablespoons of salt, 4 to 5 ounces of rock candy sugar, 3 to 4 yellow onions, half of a large ginger root, and simmer for about 1 to 1.5 hours. After that, filter it out to get your perfectly clear chicken broth. To this broth, I added a couple cans of vegetable broth just to balance out the flavor. You can also add in 1 to 2 tablespoons of chicken granulated seasoning, just to add a deeper, bold flavor. In a separate pot, boil some water with 1 teaspoon of salt. Throw in the lobster tails, and we're going to blanch this really quick. Take them out and wash them in cold water to stop the cooking process. Make sure to not cook the lobster all the way through. Next, we'll do the same thing with the clams in the same pot. This is ready when the clam starts to open their shells. Wash them in cold water to stop the cooking process. Drain and set aside. Use the liquid from the blanching pot and strain over to our main soup stock. Take out the meat from the lobster tails and cut them in small chunks. Notice that the lobster did not cook all the way through. As for the green asparagus, cut them in small pieces like this. Bring another pot of water to boil. We are going to quickly blanch these asparagus. Put 1 teaspoon of salt and a pinch of baking soda. This will help the asparagus to stay green. Blanch for about 1 to 2 minutes. Then rinse in cold water and set aside to drain. Cut the white asparagus into small bite-sized pieces. These are already pre-cooked. Also, open the cans of quail egg and drain. Next, we will need to thicken up our stock before we start putting in all of the ingredients. Using tapioca starch or cornstarch, add a little bit of water and mix until there are no lumps in the liquid. Just slowly add this mixture to your stock while continuing to stir. Add until your stock is thick enough to your liking. In a separate bowl, using 8 to 10 eggs, separate the egg yolk from the egg white. I'm only using the egg white, but if you choose to use the whole egg, that's fine too. Scramble the egg slightly and add into the pot while stirring. If you over scramble the eggs, which I did here, you're going to see the eggs puff up on top of the stock, but that's okay. They're all going to sink down later on. Add in the cans of crab meat. Now you can add in all of the other ingredients. Make sure to leave the clams and the lobster on the side. You can taste the soup after adding in the crab meat and add in fish sauce or squid sauce until it fit your palate. The clams and lobster, we're going to fill that up at the bottom of our bowl. After that, scoop over the hot soup, and this will cook your lobster perfectly. Alright guys, we are all done. It's actually a little bit more work, but it's all worth it, right? Usually without the lobster and the clams, it's a lot easier, but because of the lobster and the cherry stone clams, so a little bit more work. Well, at least it's the lobster. Of course, we already took it out. That's only for show, alright? Alright. Let's taste this. Yeah. See these? We got a lot of things going on in here. See, we got the clams. Ooh, we eat this earlier. We got the lobster. See, now the lobster is cooked with the hot soup. So you don't want to pre-cook this lobster all the way through. That way, when you chop them up and put it in the bowl and then you put in the soup, it will cook it just perfectly. The white asparagus, the green asparagus. See how our asparagus is still green and didn't turn color? The baking soda did the job when we blanched it. And of course, we got the quail egg. This broth is not as thick. If you want it more thick, you add in more tapioca starch or cornstarch mix with water. All right. Anyways, it's getting cold. Let's taste this. Ooh. Get some of the soup in. The clam's just perfect. You don't want to overcook the clam too, alright? So you got a lot of texture in here. Got the crab, the lobster, the clam, the quail egg, and all the veggies of the asparagus. Ooh, but the lobster. This is the lobster. See how it's cooked perfectly? It's not too dry. Look at that. Perfect. Yeah. Texture is just perfect. And like, it's very bouncy. And you get the saltiness, the sea salt. Notice that I didn't really put any fish sauce or more salt in here because the crab and the lobsters and the clams gives out like a lot of the natural sea salt flavor already. So make sure don't over season this. You know, the juice from the clam and the lobster that we blanched, that gives it a really seafoody flavor. It hits you. Ooh. Anyways, I'm gonna finish my soup, but make sure to subscribe and hit that like button, alright? Peace.